fascinating too. The ghost asylum was where they would go into closed down hospitals of various types,
Okay.
and they were
Okay.
always attempting to capture a ghost,
Mhm.
creating
Mhm.
different devices and that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
as I said, when I very first met them, I had questions, and they had answers. So they started a different show called Haunted Towns, which I really enjoyed because they go to all these cool places. They started in Gettysburg, which I finally got to visit recently. But
Mhm.
this time they're actually going to be doing live investigations, which only gives them about 20 minutes to actually do the investigations and review evidence. But it's going to be interactive so that people can, they're going to have monitors, and if someone sees something in an area they're not in, then you can let them know, you know, there's, a shadow moving in the bedroom upstairs to the right, or, camera this or camera that. So I'm
Mhm.
interested because when they first told me about that concept, I thought, well, wow, to do it, to do a show on television live, you would need to do at least 2 hours, so that you can do the history and, the reported activity and everything, have time to review carefully.
Mhm.
And when they explained recently to me that it was going to be interactive, I thought, well, that's brilliant. So
Huh.
I think it's going to actually turn out to be amazing. The concept is great. Just the logistics were what had me concerned because I didn't know how they were going to be able to achieve what they wanted to do because they really are very serious investigators. And I've investigated with them myself. They're good investigators.
Mhm.
So I know I know how seriously they're taking this. And it's not very many people that get a chance at 3 shows.
Not very
So
many people to get a chance at one show, honestly.
no matter how many of them are hiding how they got their evidence and not sharing and thinking they're going to be the next one. But that's
And
another
see, and
story.
that's and that yeah, and that's a big thing too. A lot of people out there, they claim that they want to share evidence and things like that. I see many people posting or writing writing logs and things like that of what they catch, and yet get their feelings hurt when you put it out there because you're asking. When you ask for people to give their input, you get everything from people that are that they have no clue of what they're looking at. You've got people that are serious. You get and mostly you get trolls. I hate to say that, but
Well, that's true, though.
and everybody's 9 foot tall and bulletproof behind a keyboard.
No matter the
And,
topic.
yeah, and then what I see a lot of people just kind of get into arguments and things about what when you post it publicly, it doesn't matter what your opinion is.
Right.
You're asking for people's other opinion, and if you don't want to hear the feedback, you don't post it. I've had a lot of people get mad at me and leave me as a Facebook friend because I say that. And I don't mean anything by it, but I mean you have to have a thick skin, especially in this field. I mean, there's so many fakes out there, and I'm not saying everybody's a fake, but
Well, but
there's
you
a lot of
don't.
fakes.
There are. And they tend to, that's who tends to bow up the most.
Mhm.
It, and I never understand, like you said, if you're going to put it out there, I'm going to assume that you want an opinion.
Yeah,
And,
and you have to take it for what it's worth.
right. And so far, I have not been dropped because of that. I have been dropped because people who didn't know me assumed what my political affiliations were. And I'm like, you don't even know me. That's so not who I am. Why are you doing that? And then I figured that, well, it's not something I'm going to lose a lot of sleep over. So,
Well,
yeah,
I'm the same way with all the politics and stuff going on. There's two things I don't discuss: is politics and religion. Because
exactly.
if you want to make somebody angry, put those two out there.
Either
And to
one.
me, those are personal things anyway.
They
So,
are.
unless you're asked, I don't give my input.
I still don't. But you know what? We are going to go and take a wee break here. This will be about 3 minutes, and we'll be back on the flip side with Pete Haviland.
You are listening to WPHM Digital Broadcasting. The best in paranormal talk radio.
Hello there. It
Hello?
is 24 minutes after the hour, and we are back. Hi, Pete.
Hello.
Hello. I am so glad that you're here. This is going to be just, it's already flying by. I can't believe we've already hit a break. But, we were talking about people soliciting opinions. I'm going to just say, if you put it out there, you're soliciting. And then they get defensive when you ask about their methodologies or, what were your baseline readings? What changed?
Oh yeah, you'll hack off people immensely when you start getting deep into it. Where did you go? How did you do that? What did you feel? And then they start just going, well, I don't have to tell you that. Well, if you posted it, I mean, if you want my opinion, I need some things that can give me a little bit more information so I can try to help out. If you don't want the help, that's cool. But I just, let me know what I need to do.
It was so interesting that this came up because I participated in an evidence contest with the Supernatural and Paranormal University.
I heard stories.
Did you hear stories?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Because you could have, let me tell you. But, it wasn't, super secret squirrel stuff or anything. It was just, show us what you think is your best evidence. It's $5 an entry. All this money is going to prizes. There were some amazing prizes that were donated as well. And so few people entered. They were like, well, you're just going to take our money you're going to steal my evidence. Seriously, I have my own. Why would I want someone else's? Because I haven't been where they go. And, it was just a chance for somebody to shine, right?
Well, no, and I can understand that, but you also got to look at it too. For the people that have the hidden agendas and have mocked up some evidence, it's
Right.
intimidating because you're going to be going up against folks that that might know a little bit more about than what you're trying to post, and if they, I don't know. I try not to call folks out, and if I do call folks out, I try to do it as kindly as possible.
Well,
I'm not one of
always.
those people that will look, point and laugh. I just don't do that. But there are folks that do that, and I've seen it online, and I've seen people blasted. I've seen people shamed. I've seen people leave Facebook because of it.
Really?
I don't. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, and and also too, one of the biggest things I've seen too is you get these little clannish groups of folks that just hammer you.
I have seen that.
And 9 times out of 10 they have absolutely no idea what the hell they're talking about. But when you got like 10 of them blasting you at one time and not letting up, exit stage right. I don't blame them. Honestly, I don't.
Well, I was actually approached about an interview. People do that. And they had written a book. And I felt it was going to be derogatory, relevant to some people's investigations. So I asked if they had a PDF that they could, because I never interview anyone whose book I haven't read. And because I think people will consider that an endorsement if I have them.
Yeah, a lot of people kind of think that way too.
Yeah.
And the soft interview too tends to be not really really go anywhere either.
Right.
It's a promotional thing. Tell me about your book.
Right.
Give me 10 questions of what you want me to ask.
I don't do that.
I don't do that. I'm an open book. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know, and I'll give you and I'll find the answer for you.
Right.
Other than that, I don't give questions.
Well,
to me, it's not worth it.
I don't take them because if I have done my job right, I don't need them. I'm not going to have someone that I haven't researched.
Well, plus my check cleared, so I'm good.
There you go. I tell you, I wish it was that easy sometimes. But
Me too.
I learned all about initial outlays, right? So I didn't know. But it's been a lot of fun because, the people that did submit entries into that contest, we had a fantastic time. The man who won, Tony Rathman, he is a fantastic EVP person. And
I've heard the name. I seem to have remembered some. I think it was a really good EVP that he caught one time. It didn't sound like a robot speaking. It sounded actual voice.
Right.
And I can't remember what the sample was.
Well, he has several. And, it was just really one of those things that when you listen to some of the work that he does, because after he won, of course, I researched him. He was coming onto the network I was with at the time. And he's brilliant at his work. And he didn't have fear about submitting his evidence to share and knowing that it would be shared publicly because he won. And I think that people need to lighten up. What we do is serious, especially when you start getting into the parapsychology side of it.
Right.
And with what you do with the clinical hypnotherapy, there's all kinds of ways that can go.
Yes.
We have a question in chat from Brenda.
Uh-oh.
It's not bad. There's 2. Do you ever wear a kilt? She is a kilt aficionado.
Do I ever wear a what? I'm sorry.
A kilt. She loves kilts. I don't.
Do I ever wear a kilt?
I think it's the
no,
last name.